Yo, boss. What's in your hand right there? I got 3 now! That's disrespectful as f. Yo, I'm not kidding though. I'll smash your camera right now. Nah, I'm not.
I understand where this comes from. Being objective is something that I pride myself in. At least I try. Since my last video where Bradley Martyn essentially mopped the floor with Sneako, some new revealing details have emerged around Sneako's character. The most prevalent comment I received underneath my last video was Sneako disrespected Bradley in a big way. And it's true. After their sparring session, I don't know if it was a day or so after, Sneako would be seen smoking a cigarette inside of Bradley's gym, showing a complete lack of respect, not just for Bradley, but for the patrons as well. Without spoiling too much, let's take a look.
He swears on everything that the 2 million is justified because he made me.
Bro, how are you gonna let him say that to your man?
Yeah, it's not in here though. They're in my hands. I'm ready, bro.
Now, as you can see here, Sneako's reaching for the vape. It starts out very playful.
Go work out, bro.
Yeah, you work out too.
I'm getting it watered.
You're not slick.
Getting water, dummy.
What workout is that even, dude?
Yo, boss. 3 steppers are coming here.
What'd you get? What's in your hand right there?
As I said before, completely playful, but that's about to change in a second.
What's in your hand right there? I got 3 now. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, people are calling because of this shit's funny.
All right, so as you can see, Sneako is full on smoking a cigarette in this man's gym. As I said before, you would be psycho to think it's not disrespectful. He's doing this while patrons are trying to work out.
Is she a fan of booty mo?
Now, I've received a comment specifically that said that this is fake. This is something Steve Will Do It has done in the past. And as I said, I actually think this whole bit started out as performance art. To explain performance art is doing something that's make-believe in a real life environment. I believe this was fake to begin with, but it's starting to devolve into something real.
Hello? Service is super bad. The service is really bad. Huh. Yo, I'm not kidding though. I'll smash your fucking camera right now. Nah, I'm not playing. I'm gonna smash your...
Now, for everyone that's saying, you know, this is fake, etc., I understand where this comes from. For instance, this video just dropped while I'm recording this. It's Sneako smacking his girlfriend.
Yo!
Did you just hit her?
Yo, show it. Bro, you just slapped her.
Did you just actually slap her?
No, she's acting up.
I just heard that. That did not.
Wait, can we do that? Hold on, can I slap you in public? It's like,
yo, what are you doing?
This kind of live stream content, you need to keep it going. It's an everyday thing. So in order to create buzz and attention and clips, you need to sometimes basically fake your pranks and the moments that you're creating in real life. So you can see very obviously that this is fake. Not to get detoured, but you can see that she's holding her hand in the reflection of the mirror and he slaps the hand. So obviously very fake. And then,
yo,
oh my God.
Did you just hit her?
Yo, show it.
She's smiling with her hands up. So it's understandable that a percentage of you would think that this is fake. This is what these guys do. But let's continue watching the whole smoking scenario play out.
I'm not playing.
I'm not playing.
No, I'm really not playing with you.
I'm not playing either.
Actually.
Yo.
What do you want to do? Decide what you want to do.
Okay, it's out.
Decide what you want to do.
Brad, it's out.
Make up your mind. Yeah, well, you're not smoking cigarettes here. I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing at all. I'll shut this whole shit down.
Why are you so mad about a little cigarette?
I don't like cigarettes in my fucking gym, period.
Bro, it was half a cigarette.
I know, but I'm not good. I'm not good with that.
You can't argue, Sneako, with a gym owner. Now, let me just explain my perspective as a person who's run, owned, operated gyms, from the payment processing to mopping the mats. I've done it all since 20 years old. I've been in the brick and mortar game. When an owner says you can't do this, it's not up for debate. To smoke a cigarette in someone's gym is the ultimate slap in the face. This guy, Bradley, may not like parts of his personality, but the man hustled, grew his business. As far as I'm concerned, he did it fundamentally on his own. I'm not saying that the beating he took prior to this happening, just to clarify, this happened after the sparring session. I'm not saying that I believe that the beating was warranted, but it kind of justifies it a little bit in my mind. You're like, yeah, we saw Sneako get his tooth chipped, but you know, maybe it happened to the right person.
The joke's done. The joke's done.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I'll take that shit out too.
Not to interrupt, but he said the joke's done, showing me that it started out as a joke, a playful banter that kind of transformed into a real life altercation.
You do that shit again?
Stream because of a cigarette?
I'm gonna end this. I'll smash this goddamn camera right in front of your face. You don't do that. You do that shit again. I swear to God. I swear to God, bro. That's disrespectful as
as fuck.
It is.
That's the truth. I said you could smoke weed in here. You're not smoking cigarettes in here.
One half a boat.
Now, some of you might agree with that. You know, you gotta understand this is also Los Angeles, if I'm not mistaken, where weed culture is a big part of the California sort of lifestyle. Whether you agree with weed smoking or not, obviously you guys know I live a vice-free life. I don't indulge in alcohol, drugs of any type. Not saying that I did it in my youth, so I don't judge people who do. But the message I push is clarity, being clean. With that being said, a lot of people are gonna call him hypocritical because he's allowing weed smoke, but he's not allowing cigarette smoke. I don't think you can conflate the two. First of all, the smell is just fucking disgusting with cigarettes. Number two, the 900 plus chemicals found in cigarettes, the dangers of secondhand smoke in comparison to marijuana smoke, as far as I know, is a lot more detrimental. Not to mention the one defining factor, it's Bradley's gym. If Bradley wants to say that you gotta wear fucking flip-flops to work out, you gotta wear flip-flops. Or don't go to the gym, go to 24-hour fitness, go somewhere else.
You're disrespecting me by smoking in my fucking gym, and I'm not kidding. I don't like shit like that. I'm not playing. That's a funny game, but I'm not playing. Don't do that shit again. I'm not kidding.
I didn't, yeah.
So Sneako, as you can see, refuses to apologize. He's trying to play this big man thing. The reason I continue to cover these types of personalities is because these guys have a young, impressionable audience, as do I. To be clear, I can give two shits what another man does with his life. Doesn't matter to me. But when you have an audience and you're creating content in my circle of competence, which in this case is combat sports, I'm gonna get involved. Now, Sneako claims to be a Muslim, but he partakes in things that would be considered haram. You can't go to the mosque and then be smoking cigarettes the next minute. I understand how impressionable young men are, hence the reason I'm so dedicated to pushing a positive message. And it's only because I embody the message. In thought, word, and action, I'm completely congruent. Whenever there's a man who claims to be alpha, but he does something that lacks congruency, meaning he says this, but does this, and it doesn't connect, you're not a leader. That's the bottom line. What I mean when I say having influence on young people, this recently happened with Sneako when he was at a football game, I believe, where his young fans approached him and were saying things that were unsavory.
What did you say? The woman.
What?
So he's basically hopping around this young kid as he's saying the woman, basically misogynistic type comments, and it goes a little bit further.
No, wait.
Sneako.
We love women. We love women. We love women.
But not like transgenders.
Yes, sir. We love everybody.
It says not like transgenders.
Okay.
The kid in the middle says all gays should. So I'm only bringing up this clip to show Sneako has influence over a younger demographic. Now, do I blame Sneako for this sort of reaction? Well, sure, on one level, he's perpetuating a very specific viewpoint, but let me just explain to you, in the early 2000s and 90s, we were saying the same shit. We were saying all kinds of things that would get you canceled when we were kids, so you can't put all the onus on Sneako. But with that being said, what message are you pushing into the world? It's pretty clear to me that Sneako has spent the last few years pushing a sort of watered down Andrew Tate perspective on what it means to be an alpha male. In my opinion, an alpha male is a man who can give respect to other people, who understands that there's nuance, and I think that's what the world is thirsty for right now. For a long time, the red pill perspective was a natural reaction to the extreme left that we saw on the internet. But now things are starting to evolve where I think a man or a woman who has a balanced, as I said before, more nuanced perspective is gonna be able to lead people in a much more productive manner.
What have I done?
Some of you guys think that I'm letting Bradley off the hook. I don't believe that what he did in that sparring session was justified. I think that it was pretty low brow. I think he knew what he was doing. Was he going 100%? Maybe he was going 50, 60%. I don't know. But he was certainly going harder than he should have been. Did Sneako deserve it? Probably. But as a creator, I always want to give a balanced perspective. I always want to make sure that I'm covering up my tracks and communicating a truthful message. Sneako has shown time and time again. I'm not going to nitpick the guy's past. I don't know much about it. But just from this video here, seeing him smoking in a gym after the fact is just petty, and I know what he was doing. Part of the smoking was definitely due to the fact that he was trying to get a rise out of Bradley. I think emotionally he was probably a little embarrassed that he got beat up in front of all of his followers. You got creators like me covering it. It's getting seen by hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions of people, and that's tough for a young man's ego to handle. That's just the facts. On top of that, he knows he can get a reaction out of Bradley, which is gonna do what? He's gonna get clips out of it. And when you get clips out of it, you can monetize more. So it's an endless monetization loop, and he gets to make Bradley look petty. And I know you guys can see that, and I know you guys like this video. Boom! I hope that this clarified my stance quite a bit. And by the way, if you didn't see my last video, it's because YouTube restricted it and demonetized it, meaning they took it out of rotation on the algorithm. So the only way you can see it is if you go to my profile page. As I always tell my audience, try to look at things from a balanced perspective, be objective, understand that everything's nuanced. The internet wants us to be polarized. You're either this or you're that. That's not the way the world works. There's details and details, and we have to assess this from an accurate perspective. Otherwise, we're not actually aiding the world in any productive way. If you guys enjoyed this video, I'm sure you'll love my newsletter. Check it out, link below. It's all focused on creating a stronger mindset, discipline. Based on the feedback I've been getting, I know that it's helping a tremendous amount of people, and it really makes it worth it for me. Strangle Gang, as always, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next one.